Coming up on Midco Sports Tonight, Augustana has been crushing it on the spring sports scene. We'll update you on the latest awards and rankings for the Vikings. And then we'll check in on spring football in North Dakota, hear from the Fighting Hawks and the Bison. And finally, we have an outstanding Midco Mag feature on Bryn Duncan, an adaptive athlete who traveled from Moorhead to South Korea to make a shining impact on young athletes. All of that plus much more, Midco Sports Tonight tips off right now. Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm Kelly Stewart, and this is Midco Sports Tonight. And this evening, we'll start in the Summit League. We've had a lot of news coming out of USD lately, and even more was released today around the noon hour. USD men's hoop standout Matt Mooney tweeted that he has been given his release from the University of South Dakota. He said he is not for sure leaving USD, but he'll be exploring his options as a grad transfer. Mooney led the Coyotes in scoring the past 2 seasons and has been a first-team All-League selection during his 2 years on the court for USD as well. In addition to a variety of other accolades, the Wakanda, Illinois native was also named to the Lou Henson All-America team following this past season, which honors the best mid-major players in the country. And just a reminder, if a player grad transfers to another Division I school, they don't have to sit out a year. They can play right away. We'll have more updates on this as they are released. Staying with the hoop scene, the North Dakota State men's basketball program received some good news last night when Noah Christensen committed to be a Bison. The 6'8" big man from Breckenridge received an offer from NDSU a few weeks ago and is the first commit for the 2018-19 class. Christensen averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds for the Cowboys in his junior season, helping his team to a section title and a berth into the Minnesota State Tournament. His nickname is the Big Slim, since he only weighs about 175 pounds. But the Bison get a local product to stay close to home, so that's always good. Let's move to track and field. USD sophomore pole vaulter Chris Nielsen has been named the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association's National Athlete of the Week. The acronym for that, by the way, is USTFCCCA. The Kansas City, Missouri native was also named the Summit League Athlete of the Week for the 5th time this season and 14th time of his career. Nielsen earned the national honor for the 2nd time of his career after tying his personal best height of 19 feet 1/4 inch to capture the University Elite section of the pole vault at the Clyde Littlefield Texas Relays this past Saturday. Here's some footage of him working on his craft down at the Dome. But in addition to tying his PR down in the Longhorn State over the weekend, that height tops the NCAA standings this season and ties for 7th in NCAA outdoor history. Nielsen became just the 3rd Coyote to take home gold at the Texas Relays in program history. Oh, and one more thing. With that mark, this college sophomore is the top American pole vaulter and tied for 4th in the world on the leaderboards this season. Well, also in track news, SDSU junior Rachel King had an outstanding performance in the 3,000-meter steeplechase over the weekend at the Stanford Invitational, earning her Summit League Track and Field Athlete of the Week honors on the women's side. King won the event with a time of 10 minutes 1.14 seconds. That resets the SDSU school record, the 3rd time she's done that. Is a PR for King, ranks her 5th in the NCAA, and puts her at 21st best in the world for the 3,000-meter steeplechase. So yes, very impressive performance by the St. Michael, Minnesota native. Congratulations to Nielsen and King on their great performances this past weekend, and best of luck to them as the season rolls on. More from the Summit League, but now in the pool. The conference has named their swimming and diving athletes of the year. Denver's Anton Longcar and Bailey Anderson earned Swimmer of the Year honors, while South Dakota's Isaac Morris and Omaha's Monica Hauk claimed the first Diver of the Year awards for their respective programs. Longcar collected the Men's Swimmer of the Year crown for the 3rd straight year. The senior guided the Pioneers to their first Relay All-America honor, breaking a school and league record by claiming 14th in the 200 free relay at the NCAA championships. Longcar picked up additional All-America accolades when he placed 7th in the 100 back and 6th in the 200 back, smashing school and league records in the process. As for his fellow Pioneer pool standout on the women's side, junior Bailey Anderson also won her 3rd straight Swimmer of the Year award. The 6th-time All-American became the first Pioneer swimmer to earn All-America status in 3 different seasons. At this year's NCAA championships, she finished 8th in the 800 IM and 9th in the 400 IM. At the Summit League Championships held earlier this spring right here in Sioux Falls, she took the crown in the 200 IM, touching in 1 minute 58.09 seconds. Anderson holds the all-time league record in the 100, 200, and 400 IM, as well as the 800 free, 200 medley, and 400 medley relays. To the diving board now. Isaac Morris is the first Coyote to earn the Men's Diver of the Year. As just a sophomore, Morris was crowned the Summit League Diving Championship MVP for 2018 after sweeping the boards in the 1 meter and 3 meter dives. Morris etched his name in the record books by collecting 6 Diver of the Week awards over this past season, good for second most in a single season in league history. And on the women's side, Monica Hauk also made history for her program, becoming the first Omaha Maverick to earn the Women's Diver of the Year. Congratulations to all the swimmers and divers who took home the Summit League hardware. And finally, a little farther from the Dakotas, but still local in a sense, it was announced today and confirmed by the Miller family that Mike Miller has been hired to serve as an assistant coach for recent head coach hire Penny Hardaway and the University of Memphis men's basketball program. Miller, of course, is a Mitchell, South Dakota native who spent 17 seasons in the NBA, including 2 stints with Memphis. Miller finished his 2002 to 2003 league season with the Grizzlies and then played the following 5 seasons with Memphis before going to Washington for a year. Miller also played the 2013-14 season for the Grizzlies and has made Memphis his permanent home after retiring from the NBA following the 2016-17 season. Even before taking the job, Miller had already been involved in the prep basketball community of Memphis. He's sponsored a prominent grassroots basketball program in the city for years that's run by his cousin Ernie Kuiper and helped create relationships with prospects. So congratulations to Mike Miller. When we come back, we'll send it up to Grand Forks. Alex Heinert has an update on UND spring football as their spring game is just over a week away. You're watching Midco Sports Tonight.
Midco Sports Tonight, presented by Avera Orthopedics.